This is the wrapping of a 1960s record mystery pack. That's right. That's the outside. This is part of what's on the inside. There's 25 of these different records in here. You know, I'm not sure if I've got gold or these are just old. And I've enlisted the help of an individual from Wixie 1260. I still love that. Wixie 1260 online. Join us. It's Dave Ryder. Dave, welcome.
Oh, Phil, thank you so much for having me here. I get to be with the Titan of the Turntable, and here you are.
I've been called a lot of things by a lot of different people. Most of the time, 4-letter words. So.
Oh, never.
Hey, we got this mystery pack. I'm just curious. You know, I've bought several of these. Have you bought any mystery packs before, Dave?
I'm a record junkie. I got some at garage sale. Absolutely.
Oh, I have become addicted to these things, and part of it is the mystery. So the first one is Parrot off the Parrot record label.
Sounds like it could be Tom Jones. That was his label.
Well, you're close. It's Engelbert Humperdinck.
Yes.
And it's 10 guitars on one side and Release Me song on the other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Let Me Love It. Please release me. Let me go. Definitely gold. Absolutely. It's a fave creeping up the charts.
Yeah. There we go. I've already discovered. I just had cataract surgery, Dave, and I'm trying to get used to what I can wear and what I can't wear. So I apologize to the viewers with the glare, but you know, what am I going to say? Oh, my gosh.
Still look marvelous.
Oh my gosh. This is off a Carlton record label. Anyone Would Love You on one side, In My Little Corner of the World the other. It's Anita Bryant.
I remember Anita Bryant real well. Her big one was Paper Roses. She sold us orange juice, and then she got, let's say, political, and it kind of ruined her recording career. But that was a song, I don't think it peaked real well, but it was a top 40er, I believe.
What do you think, old or gold on that one?
Old,
yeah. That was something about orange juice. A day without orange juice
is a day without sunshine.
There you go. It's sort of like Folgers. The best part of waking up is a Folgers in your cup or something.
Absolutely. Like that. We'll have a cheers to that. I like that.
I got my mug, got my caffeine. Here we go. Click.
There we go.
Oh, this is one of my favorite artists, I got to tell you, from the 60s. It's off the Scepter record label.
Okay, yeah.
Candy Baby on side one. Oh, yeah, the Hank Williams Sr. song, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. It's B.J. Thomas.
My favorite male voice in the history of rock and roll. It really is. I liked his voice and the sound so much. I bought his Christmas CD, and I've almost worn it out and need another one. Oh, I'm gonna have to say that is absolutely a fave rave. I'll give it at least a 95, maybe a little more.
B.J. Thomas and the Triumphs. So that must have been. Then he went out on his own, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Hey, we got a back-to-backer here. It looks like it is. It's B.J. Thomas again. Never Had It So Good. Simpson Ashford. Songwriters. Interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They had their own hits.
Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. That was his big one.
I played that yesterday at Wixie because it was raining.
Yeah, I was going to say this one is perfect for this kind of weather.
Absolutely.
Hey, it's got that cutout. Can you see that?
Yes.
Someone told me that meant it was a discount.
Yes, absolutely. They would punch a hole in them if they went to the discount rack. And that was whoever purchased that probably purchased it 2, 3, 4 years later than when it was a top 10 hit. I think that was a top number 1 hit.
It was a number 1 hit. I'm pretty confident it was a number 1 hit.
Yeah, that was from Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, I think, the album and the movie. And if you made the movies, You made the top 40.
You know, I mentioned earlier, Dave is on Wixie 1260 online. That Wixie 1260 is a legendary radio station here in Northeast Ohio. And the same could be said for WCSB 89.3. That's that free form. It used to be free form format from Cleveland State. Dave was a DJ there way back in the day, and he's joining us today. Let's get back into some more records. Okay, here we go. A&M Records, and it's appropriate for the artist. A&M Records, on one side, it's Plucky. You got to be careful. P-L-U-C-K-Y. And the work song, it's Herb Alpert.
That's right. A&M Records was Herb Alpert. Yes. If we could get in here, I think I've got 12 Herb Alpert vinyl records. So, even though that might not have been one of his big ones, I'm going to say it's gold because I love the Tijuana brass.
Hey, you're the judge and jury. If you say it's gold, it's gold. We've already got 1, 2, 3, 4. By the way, I bought this mystery pack from Viking Records. I'm going to put the link down there, down there. $4.99. $4.99.
You got a deal, my friend.
Already. This artist has appeared, Dave, in multiple previous episodes. It's off of Musicore record label. The type is very, very small, difficult to read. I'm going to be strong on one side. It hurts to be in love.
Gene Pitney. Yes, indeed.
Pitney.
One of his big hits, and that might have even been his biggest hit. For me, still, Liberty Valance was my favorite of his, the man who shot Liberty Valance. But I know I still get requests for Gene Pitney, and It Hurts to Be in Love.
Gold.
Shooting up the charts with a bullet.
Hey, what did you do? Did you look and see what's on my desk here? Oh my gosh. There's another Gene Pitney.
Okay.
Half Heaven, Half
Heartache. Yes.
So you know it's on the other side then, right?
Oh yeah, it's Liberty Valance, yeah. And I tell you what, that could be an A and a B side hit because both ones are good. And I tell you what, when you're a kid, that first girlfriend, boyfriend you have that breaks your heart, oh, it was heaven, then it was heartache. That's just the way it was back in the day.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 645s that are gold. Only one that's old. We're doing pretty good here.
I think so.
All right, here we go. Epic record label, by the way.
Yeah.
Radio station copy. Oh, yeah. Radio station copy only. Step It Up is on one side. The One You Love is on the other. It's by Sandra and Gail.
Sandy and Gail. I think they first started recording in about 1961. And they were okay, but they never had the amazing the amazing chart success, So I would say that one is old, and I'll qualify that with saying until you have somebody that loved them, and then it's for them it's gold.
Yeah, that's a good point. When I say gold or old, just because they're old, that just means that it's just the label that we give. It doesn't mean that it's bad or anything like that. It just for us. Go ahead.
And what the great thing is, you might find that one guy, that one woman out there that was like, oh, that was me and so-and-so's dream song, or we danced to that, then it's gold. But when I play it on Wixie, I don't even think it's in our library. God help us.
One of the things I'm hoping that I get out of these mystery packs, I'm hoping to find, some of the first 45s I bought. I don't have any of my original 45s. So I'm trying to think. There are three that were among my first. Under the Boardwalk was one. I Get Around was the other one, and Rag Doll. So I'm hoping that someday in this mystery pack I'll be able to get one or all three of those things.
Oh, that's amazing. I was looking for the first 45 I was given this morning, and I think I have it put somewhere special. It was Janie Grant's Greasy Kid Stuff in 1962, and it was such a beautiful, timely record that nobody would like now. They have an interesting lead in with satellite music. And then in the song, she talks about the men wearing greasy kid stuff. And since it was the time of John F. Kennedy, and he had the dry look, they made fun of Nikita Khrushchev and asked if he was still wearing his greasy kid stuff. So
Oh,
it's an old record, but yeah, I was given that and 16 Tons by Tennessee Ernie Ford
oh yeah.
and Ruby Red, which was the flip side of Tom Dooley. And I still got them and I still play them.
16 Tons.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Great song. At first I thought it was said Bobby Darren. It doesn't. It's from Colpick's records. It's
Okay.
James Darren. Blame It on My Youth is on one side. They should have given you the looks like Oscar.
Yeah. They should have given you the Oscar on the other. I've heard it, but I'm just going to say it's old.
I'm double. Yeah, the songwriter is Goffin and King.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I just played, I played a triple play by them yesterday because they did a song for Bobby V and the Monkees. I can't remember the third one that I did. Sometimes the memory goes. But I was doing duos yesterday, and I went to the Brill Building, and got Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil and Lieber and Stoller, and some of those amazing people that wrote that music that just pulled us into our age of music.
What are you, a walking promo for me? Because
Oh,
I did a podcast episode with my buddy from China, Jeremy Van Slightman. We talked about the songwriters in the Brill Building.
oh my God! And Neil Sedaka,
Oh, Neil
Neil
Diamond.
Diamond. Oh my God! Hey, you're inspiring me. I'm with the Prince of the Platters here. Doesn't get any better for me.
Oh, we got one off the showcase. I have no idea. What's more American on one side? America the Beautiful on the other. It's Maurice Bauer, singers.
Okay, that one I don't know. America the Beautiful, I do know by Ray Charles,
Oh,
which
yeah.
which was amazing, and it was even in the movie The Sandlot. But yeah, you got me on that one. I can't even tell you if it's old or gold because I don't know it. You got me.
We're gonna put it with the non-gold pile. Hey, our buddy returned.
Okay,
If I say A&M Records, who is it?
it's got to be Herb.
It's got to be Herb. A Quiet Tear. I'm not familiar with that. This guy's in love with you, however.
I think that is gold because he sang in that.
Yeah.
His stuff was almost all instrumental, but somebody sang in that, and I thought it was him. And again, I used that yesterday, not that one per se, but Bacharach and David, who I've almost gotten into fist fights with people who I say, people don't know those two, but if you look at their volume of work and the amount of hits, and this is where I almost get punched in the nose, they're on a par with McCartney and Lennon. Oh boy, I just crossed the line there. But they were that prolific.
Yeah.
And wrote so much music for so many people.
Yeah, I got to do some episodes on them. I just recently did one on the song the hit songs written by Barry Gibb. I had no idea of his catalog.
Again, prolific.
Unbelievable.
Prolific.
I'm going back to this last thing on Herb Alpert.
Yes.
It's him on one side and the Tijuana Brass on the other. Is that because this was an instrumental?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
We know it's gold, right?
It's gold.
MGM. Oh boy. MGM Hollywood on one side. He's My Dreamboat on another. It's Connie Francis.
Connie Francis. You know, she was not only a good vocalist, but 1961, 1962, oh my God, she was a dream girl. She was as beautiful as Petula Clark or all of those. I mean, not only was she ear candy, she was eye candy. Beautiful woman.
I'm not familiar really with either one. Was either one of these a hit?
Yeah, the other side was the hit.
He's My Dreamboat.
He's My Dreamboat. I would say it's old, but you know, I sure remember Connie Francis.
What were one or two of her biggest hits?
Where the Boys Are.
Oh, okay. So far, Dave, we've got 4, we've got 6, we've got 7 gold at the end after we get through all 25.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you and our viewers to pick their top shelf pick.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
One and only one. And we're not, we've only not even halfway through our entire stack here. We're back to epic labels. This is the individual who's had more records show up in our mystery packs than any other artist by far. Epic record labels. So Many Lonely Girls is on one side. The Days of Sand and Shovels. I'm not familiar with either one. Bobby Vinton.
Yeah. I don't think it's one of his big hits. I've heard it. But he was, he was the Prince. That's what they called him. He was the Prince. And, he had his hits late 50s, early 60s. And then about 1975, he came out with Melody of Love. And even the non-ethnic singers were singing, "Oh, moja droga." They were singing in Polish, which I always thought was funny because growing up Polish, I was the biggest joke in the world. Everybody had a good Polish joke, and I loved them. I would say that one's just merely old.
Hey, there's a name written on here too. Hey, Tina, can you see that? Hey, Tina.
I do, yeah.
Tina, if you're looking for your Bobby Vinton 45, I've got it.
Oh, slip on those Bobby socks and saddle shoes and come and get it.
Old or gold?
It's definitely old.
Okay. This is off the High record label. H.I., not H.I. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Bill Black's Combo. He'll have to go and Come On Home. I'm not familiar with either one.
Bill Black's Combo was a 3-piece jazz combo. I would say it's old.
Okay.
It's old.
Decca record label.
Love Decca.
Bill Wright Sr. Men with Guns on one side, the Deck of Cards on the other.
Okay. No, you got me on this one. I've heard of Bill Wright, but I don't know him, so I would say old.
All right. Huh. This is maybe, I've noticed this, Dave. Some of the records, you can feel the grooves, and others are just like smooth, like almost like a plate surface.
Yes.
What's the difference? Are the grooves just worn down from playing?
No, I think it was the way of the production.
Okay.
The record industry evolved over many of the years. I've recently had to get rid of some 78s. They got a little bit water damaged. I had them out, but the original 78s, the material they were pressed on, they were only pressed on one side. The other side was flat.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, and then they evolved so you could do it on both sides. The same thing with records, and the composition of the record itself changed over time to make them more durable. Because I think every person like you and me and everybody that's out there probably remembers having that one record that you really loved and you played it a lot, and maybe you dropped it and it shipped. And now you had to go get another one. Now, back then, that wasn't that much, but it was my favorite record.
What a group this is. On one side, it's off the World Artists label. No Tears for Johnny on one side, A Summer Song on the other. It's Chad Stewart and Jeremy Clyde.
Chad and Jeremy, they had that Mersey sound. They were so smooth. Yeah, that's definitely gold. Definitely gold. It's even got the right color. It's yellow. It's gold.
Yeah, it is. And it's a summer song, right? That was the big
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah, Dream. Da, 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 da. Yeah, beautiful song. That one's another one. That was a favorite. Probably 1964. I'm thinking 1964.
I some of these groups I get mixed up, and
I
I
do
and I
too.
probably like Chad and Jeremy, and what was it, Peter and
Peter
Gordon?
and Gordon. Yes.
Yeah, they were the one where one of them had what somehow had a connection with John Lennon, or not John Lennon, Paul McCartney.
Yes. Yes, they did. And they were the ones that did Lady Godiva, which was scandalous in the time. It was like 1966, and they're singing a song about a naked woman riding the horse in public. And, our parents were not happy about hearing us listening to things like that, at least not publicly. Privately, our dads were probably, oh, yeah, but don't let your mother know.
RCA Victor.
Okay.
Making a transition here. RCA Victor. Um, he loves me too little. Ooh, loves me too little. And sunglasses. It's Skeeter Davis.
Skeeter Davis. She was so very, very popular. I don't think either one of those is a big song by her, but I know she was, and she was cutting edge. She was, I think, one of the early crossovers because I think she was country and a little bit gospel and a little bit blues, and some of her stuff eased over into pop. But yeah, I'm going to say that's old. I'm just going to say that's an oldie.
But she had some hits.
Oh, yeah.
But she
Yeah.
have.
I'd have to go back to my little book and do the reading again.
No worries. No
Oh
worries.
no, sometimes like Dumbledore, and the mind gets a little stretched. So I got to pull the memories out and write them down, or I'll forget.
I tell you what, again, we got some viewers. Viewers, if you know what a hit or two is by Skeeter Davis, go ahead and put it in the comments. Let us know.
Absolutely.
Monument Records. This is the first time I recall having a Monument record label. The name of the artist is Boots Randolph.
Oh yeah, saxophone player.
Oh really? Well,
Yeah.
it's interesting you mentioned that. Misuse on one side and yodeling sax is on the other.
Okay. I would say probably just old and not gold. You'd have to like the sax players. But yeah, that was sax music before. Probably early 60s, maybe even some late 50s with Boots Randolph.
Okay.
They make an amazing in the movie That Thing You Do about the mythical group called the Wonders.
Yeah.
They make a reference in the, hey guys, look, it's Boots Randolph, and he's pretending to play the sax.
Oh.
But yeah, he's well known, but I don't think it was a big hit.
That Thing You Do. What a great movie.
Oh my gosh, Tom Hanks. I would love to sit with him and just talk about all the inspirations for those mythical bands.
Yeah.
Mr. Downtown, that had to be Johnny Rivers walking up and down the Sunset Strip, being the king of cool. The Chantrellits had to be the Supremes. And I'm looking at that going, man, whatever he ate that night that gave him those dreams, I want to have it every night. It was so good.
With my first name being Phil, anything on the Phillips record label gets my attention. This one gets a little bit more of my attention, but I got to put my glasses on because I think it's the right group, but it's not the right song. The Four Seasons.
There we go.
Hugging My Pillow and I Got You Under My Skin.
Under My Skin. Yes. That's their big hit. That was a big hit for them. And I do love that amazing music and those amazing harmonies, from Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Loved seeing Jersey Boys, but just, yeah, everything about them and the stories behind all those gentlemen Yeah, that's solid gold. That's solid gold. And
We got about 6 or 7 left, by the
oh,
way.
it's going too fast.
Parrot record label again.
Yes, sir.
They got X's on it for whatever reason. It's Engelbert.
Yeah.
3 little words on one side. I know parlez-vous français. I can't pronounce it. Les bicyclettes or something like
Les
that.
bicyclettes de la Belize.
I'm impressed.
I took 4 years of French in high school, and I still got it. The Engelbert was good. I liked a lot of his music, but I tell you what, in spite of how much I feel for him, I'm going to put that as just old. I don't think it's gold.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with either song. It's got a number on there, 3498. I don't know if you could see it.
Yeah, I see it. I have no idea what it's about. Now I'm gonna have to go listen to it on YouTube later today.
I'm always curious. You know, all these little details. There's an incredible amount of details on these record labels. Dot record label.
Yes.
Stereo, both sides. Browning Bryant.
No, sir.
Browning Bryant. Patches is on one side. A New Way to Live is on the other. That, Clarence Carter had a 70s hit, didn't he? Was it 70s?
And so did Dickie Lee. And they were different songs. One was Patches, My Darling from Old Shanty Town that died.
Yeah.
And then the other one was I Grew Up So Raggedy People Used to Call Me Patches.
Right.
So I don't know which cover that is, but I'm betting that's a cover of one of those two. And just for oddity and collector's sake, oh yeah, I'd have it, but yeah, it's old. It's old.
This one looks old. It's off of record labels, number 2066 on both sides, number 2066, whatever that means. More theme from the film Mondo Cone or something like that on one side. It had better be tonight.
Is that Kai Winding?
Buddy Greco.
Buddy Greco was a drummer who really got his start and his chops with the big band era. I'm thinking the big song on that was More that Kai Winding did. Da, 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 and it was an instrumental.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I do have some songs by Buddy Greco, but I would never classify them as, those hits that you want to have. If you like the instrumentals, if you are a drummer like, Ricky Biagiola or one of those guys, yeah, you might want that one in your collection. But for me, that's okay. Phil, you can have it.
There's a rule. When in doubt, we put it out.
There we go.
Decca label, again, Decca, bright blue label. Because of You is on one side, Dave. On the other, it's, I recognize the song, not the artist, though. Good Morning Starshine. It's Vincent Bell.
Yeah, I played Good Morning Starshine yesterday by Oliver.
Yeah, that was the hit.
I don't know who Vincent Bell is. I hate to be that guy that doesn't know, but I really don't know who Vincent Bell is. Wow.
We could probably do a whole show just on the different versions of the songs from the musical Hair.
Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely.
We're down to 2.
Okay. We've had some awesome ones.
Not to put the pressure, but you're going to have to make the top shelf pick here pretty soon. Here we go. Off of Epic record label. Recognize the group, but not the song. Recognize the song and the group. The first one is Cause You Like to Love Me.
Okay.
That's obviously the B-side, I'm guessing, for He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother by the Hollies.
The Hollies. Oh my goodness. What a tremendous artists in that band that often went off to do other wonderful things. They had a lot of people good through. Yeah, He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. That's rising up the charts with a bullet. Give it at least to 85. That's gold. That's gold.
They had Bus Stop was at the Hollies.
Bus Stop. Hey Carrie Ann. I Can't Let Go. Yeah, the Hollies had some really wonderful music.
I'm a kind of a big Neil Diamond fan, but I'm not a big fan of his covers.
Okay.
But he does a cover of this is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's off the
My wife's family all lived and died with Neil Diamond.
yeah.
They, if you look over the back, there's probably at least 10 Neil Diamond albums in there. And, I like his style. And, again, he's another one like Barry Gibb. His music was good, but boy, what he wrote for everybody else. Genius.
This is number 25, by the way. This particular record and sleeve has been in at least one, if not two other episodes. I swear to God, this guy is haunting me.
All right.
It's off the Memory Lane record label.
Okay.
Golden Oldie. Somebody paid $1.29 for it. It's Bobby Vinton again, Mr. Lonely on one side, and what do I got on the other? I should know it by now. There, I've said it again.
Right. Now the Memory Lane records, and I got into them for a while. Those aren't the originals. Those are repops sold by Memory Lane with a hit on both sides. And see, a lot of people, we got one of our DJs, and I post every Wixie show I'm going to do, and he'll look at the albums and go, that's not the original, it's a repop. That's not the original, that's a repop. And I'm like, you don't understand me, my friend. I don't care if it's an original. I don't care if it's a repop. I just want the music that's on it.
Right.
I lived on the east side of Cleveland, and they opened an Uncle Bill's. I can't remember what day it was. I think it was Tuesdays. They would have buy 4, get 1 free 45s. So whenever I had my Cleveland press money and I had $4, I would ride up there on my bike and get them and, pick up 5 and put them in the holes of the handlebar and ride home with them and then just burn them out. Both sides, because back then, I don't think I ever bought a 45 that I didn't listen to the flip side because I don't know if it was any good. In my ears, sometimes the flip side was better. There was a guy out of Canada. His name was Daniel Boone, and he had a song called Beautiful Sunday.
Yes.
And on the flip side was a song called Truly Julie, where he had background singers and great instrumental in it and harmonies. And I'm like, why isn't this the hit? Oh my goodness. You just never figure it out.
Well, this would be a double A side.
Absolutely. It's gold. It's gold.
All right. We're gonna go through the list and then you're gonna have to pick one. So which one is yours? And by the way, viewers, let us know in the comments, what is your top shelf pick of the gold selections? Just put that in the comments. I love reading the comments. Dave, go ahead. What do you got?
Oh, it's got to be Raindrops. It's got to be Raindrops from B.J. Thomas. Again, how you pick that one, I have no idea. The music, his voice, from the movie, that's one of them. All the planets are in line. That's number one with a bullet. It's my fave rave on the Prince of the Platter show. Thank you, Phil, man. This is amazing.
I think I'm going to go with the Hollies. He ain't heavy. He's my brother.
Amazing song.
Well, those are our top shelf picks. Let us again know in the comments. Now, we've gone through the picks from the 25. Just curious,
yes,
do you have a couple of favorite 45s that you would like to talk about?
Well, I got a couple that I can share with you here. Let me reach into my old tune tote. How about that?
Wow.
This is what the kids used to have. I got this from my cousin, and they would get it in the early 60s, and you could put your records in it and then pop the label up and walk down the street.
How cool is that? I have not seen that before.
Oh, yeah, and take it to your friend's house, and you could share the records on that little portable player. I have music that I love all over the place. This group I love, the label I love. The label itself is called Philly Grooves Records. It's the Philly sound, and this group is the Delphonics.
Okay.
I love them. The hit side is "Didn't I Blow Your Mind This Time?"
Oh, I'm familiar with that. Yeah.
You know, and then "Didn't I Blow Your Mind This Time?" And he'd hit that beautiful high. And on the other side, down is up, up is down. So this is one of them that years and years and years ago I got, and I thought was a very good, very interesting. I won drinks at this when I was down in Florida. We had a guy that would play a 12 string. He'd play a tack 12 string, and he'd play the song, and he'd say, "Don't tell me the name of the song. You got to tell me the name of the artist." Well, I had won 3 times that night and accepted one drink, and the rest I didn't take. And I got to know him, and he says, "Okay, this one's for Dave, but you're not going to get it." And he starts playing da 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 da, and I'm giving everybody in the whole place a chance, and nobody knows what it is. I said, "It's the Flying Machine," and he's like, "Oh my God, how did you know that?" "Smile a Little Smile for Me" on Congress Records.
Is that "Smile a Little Smile for Me," Rosemary?
Yes, yes. And it was just absolutely amazing. And maybe we've been loving too long on the B side was a good one too. I'll give you one more that I put aside that, again, you might get a kick out of this because the guy's name was different on his 2 hits. Bang Records that you mentioned.
That was Neil Diamond was on Bang Records for a while. Go ahead.
This one is spicy. It's Cinnamon.
Yeah.
By Derek.
By Derek.
Derek. Okay. His real name was Derek Cymbal, and he was Johnny Cymbal. He also did Mr. Bassman.
Oh, so, yeah, really?
Yeah, Derek was also Johnny Cymbal. So, yeah, that's one of them. And Bang Records. Oh, that just looks so cute. It's just so much fun to have these.
There's so much history and on all the 45s and the albums. Dave, you got real insight and a passion for the music. How can people follow you and actually hear you at Wixie 1260?
Well, for online. The next month, I do 2 shows a week at Wixie 1260 online. It used to be the AM station in Cleveland that was from 1966 to 1971, it was the #1 station in Cleveland. Part of it was because the DJs like Larry Morrow, Mike Ranieri, Shotgun Jack Armstrong, Mr. Motormouth that set the Guinness Book of World Records for 500 words in 1 minute. They were there. The music went out to the communities. They were very visible, and it was the music that appealed to we, the youth. I do shows Monday and Wednesdays from 10 to 2. I theme everyone. There's Wixie 1260 Facebook pages, and for both of them, I will feature an artist or a thought or whatever comes to my mind. You know, I have many regular listeners and some brand new ones, and they write in, and I get the songs right out to them. A lot of the music of the 60s and 70s, a little bit of 50s. We are starting to incorporate some 80s. If anybody goes to the Wixie 1260 online page, we have a little box on the left that tells you what DJ is going to be playing when. We go out to the community. We're at a place called the Clubhouse in Parma Heights. We do a lot of events during the year and just have the best time keeping the music alive, keeping that music that we love alive.
Viewers, we really want to know what your favorite what your top shelf pick is. Dave, really appreciate you coming on to this episode. This has been a blast.
This is amazing. You just made my whole week.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I really am. Yeah. Thanks to you. Thanks to the viewers. And as a reminder, let's keep the coffee hot, the records and memories spinning, and the conversation flowing. And let's start by you watching one of the videos that you can see right now.